from St. Louis, Missouri tonight as the Pirates embark on a three-city, nine-game road trip. And this evening, it's the first of three against the St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Stadium. The Pirates swept the Redbirds at PNC Park to open the season. Greg Brown along with John Wehner and Robbie Inspikowski. So glad you could be with us, and we are really glad a guy has returned to the Pirates lineup. Just shy of maybe 8 months or so, Jung Ho Kang makes his return.
Yeah, it's so much enthusiasm from Jung Ho Kang too. I mean, you could tell by the guys in the clubhouse, on the plane last night, everywhere. So happy to have this guy back. He was such a huge player last year for the Pirates, a guy just over from Korea and did amazing things. This guy has impact major league power. This guy can flat out hit. He can hit out of the ballpark. He's an all-around great baseball player. He can play anywhere in the infield. He can run the bases well. He does it all well, and he will be a nice shot for this Pittsburgh Pirates offense.
15 homers last year, 58 RBIs. He finished third in National League Rookie of the Year voting. Pretty phenomenal stuff when you think about him coming directly from South Korea. Allegheny Health Network injury update. Well, we don't have to worry about him and the injury update anymore because he has made his return, but those numbers are pretty strong.
Very strong for a guy that hasn't faced this caliber of pitching to be able to come to the States and do this. No minor leagues, nothing. And he kind of got off to a little bit of a slow start, but the 15 home runs, 58 RBIs, not playing full time, pretty impressive.
Well, because Kang is in the starting lineup, that means David Freese for tonight is pushed to the bench. And John, we've talked about this a lot this season. It is a strong bench. It's gotten even stronger now with Freese on the bench.
You cannot say enough of what these guys have done. Matt Joyce's 3 pinch hit home runs, the 12 RBI. Sean Rodriguez, 14 RBIs. Look at those numbers. Chris Stewart has added a homer. He does a great job backing up Cervelli. And then you add the veteran presence of David Freese too. I mean, these guys have done a great job so far, and you expect them to be a huge help as the season goes forward.
It's like 4 guys doing the work of 5 because the Pirates playing with an extra pitcher. We were just talking about Jung Ho Kang finishing third in Rookie of the Year voting last season. Well, a guy who is an early candidate this year is the shortstop of the Cardinals, Aledmys Diaz. We'll talk about him next. Lewis, the Pirates' first game here at Busch Stadium this season. And the Redbirds getting ready for the first of this 3-game series. Aledmys Diaz, the Cuban defector. We were talking about Jung Ho Kang a moment ago, how good he was last year. Diaz has been as good as anybody this year. He is second in the league in hitting.
Another guy that the Cardinals bring up, nobody ever hears of, and goes off and has puts up great numbers. This guy has done it all. He's hit for power, he's hit for average, a 381 on the year. Almost half his hits have gone for extra base hits. You know, this guy only had 50 at bats in AAA last year. It's remarkable.
Our Barrel Automotive League leaders there. You see second in the league in hitting and in the top 10 in a number of offensive categories. So it's up to Francisco Liriano to shut down this Cardinal offense.
You know, a good start his last time out against the Cincinnati Reds, just 5 hits in 6 2/3 innings. A great start opening day against these Cardinals. He went 6. He allowed just 3 hits. Did walk 5, but he struck out 10. Liriano had a couple so-so starts in between those two, but we're hoping for that Liriano, that crisp, good fastball and that good hard slider that we see, and he gets so many swings and misses off him.
13 career regular season starts against the Redbirds. He is 6-2 with an ERA of 2.40 lifetime against the St. Louis Cardinals. Getting ready for the first pitch here from St. Louis, Missouri. Andrew McCutchen, Gregory Polanco, and the rest of the Buccos trying to get back on track. Game 1 of the 3-game series is coming up. On the year will make his 6th start of the season. What we're hearing, he is unquestionably the best pitcher so far this season for the Cardinals.
No, off to a good start. 4-1, a 2.60 ERA. Gave up a couple of homers, 4 earned runs his last time out against the Nationals. You see against the Pirates, he hasn't been great against the Buccos. 2-2, a 4.91 ERA last year. Pretty good at home. 9-5 with a 3.87 ERA for the hard thrower.
Getting ready for baseball here in St. Louis. We're going to go back to Pittsburgh. Rob King and a game break.
I couldn't do it.
Kevin Hart, our featured band on Friday Night Rocks.
It's my new favorite song.
Yeah, I love it.
Awesome stuff.
That is pretty cool. What a voice.
Outstanding.
What a pitcher they have tonight for the Cardinals. Carlos Martinez has been outstanding, as has that man, Gregory Polanco. We're going to check out our RAV4 starting lineup. The Pirates at 15-13, trying to end a 4-game losing streak. It is John Jaso leading off, then Andrew McCutchen and Gregory Polanco hitting in the 3-hole. Starling Marte will hit cleanup with Francisco Cervelli batting 5th, and Jung Ho Kang, it's opening day for him. Josh Harrison follows Jordy Mercer, Francisco Liriano, the Pirates starting 9.
And Carlos Martinez, 14-7 a year ago, 4-1, a 2.60 ERA so far. The hard-throwing right-hander, not throwing as hard average-wise, just around 95 miles per hour. But you see where he's holding the opponents down to 184. The walks are down, and he's been very, very tough on right-handed batters. You know, they've been pitching up a little bit more with the fastball. Still has the good changeup and the slider to go with it.
Making his 6th start, and perhaps that velocity down, maybe intentionally to help and improve those control numbers John was citing. John Jaso going to be leading things off. Jaso in a little bit of a slump. On the defense, Brandon Moss is at first base. Jed Jerko at second. Aledmys Diaz, the shortstop, with Matt Carpenter at third. Matt Holliday, Randall Grichuk, Stephen Piscotty in the outfield left to right. And of course, there he is, the Gold Glover, Yadier Molina, still going strong and hitting well over 300 this season. Oh, here we go. The Pirates and the Cardinals. After the Bucs swept the Redbirds in that 3-game series at PNC Park to start the year. Two very evenly matched clubs over the years as Jaso takes a strike. In fact, since the start of 2013, 60 matchups, 30 wins apiece. 30 for the Pirates, 30 for the Cardinals. The Bucs have outscored the Cardinals in that stretch 248-232.
Pretty remarkable how evenly matched these two teams. Best two teams in baseball for the last several years.
And a strike on Jaso. Hitless in his last 10 at bats and only 3 hits in his last 26 at bats. 2 of those 3 hits home runs. Martinez has given up 4 home runs.
When you come here, you see Martinez on the mound. When he first started becoming a starter, you'd see lots of upper 90s. There, a changeup pulls the string on John Jaso. Good changeup, good location. You'll see the tail at the end. It runs away from John Jaso. It looked like he was just trying to foul it off. A little disgusted that he wasn't able to get a piece of it.
And now Andrew McCutchen, whose average is now down to 229. 6 homers, a dozen ribbies, a 222 career hitter against Carlos Martinez. Looked as though McCutchen was going to go on one of those tears when he hit those home runs at Coors Field. That was short-lived. He is frustrated, kind of boiled over the other day at PNC Park. And it was right about this time, maybe exactly a year ago, that he addressed his situation. And he is struggling mightily at the beginning of last year as he grounds out 6-3. And he said he took it upon himself that it was going to change, and it did.
No, it's going to change. There's no question that Andrew McCutchen will get hot again, and he'll be where he is at the end of every year with the MVP-like numbers.
Here is Gregory Polanco hitting third for the first time this season. 6 for 15, or a 615 average rather, against Martinez. 8 out of 13 at bat, so he's in that 3-hole with Freese out of the lineup and with Kang back. For now, Kang hits 6th, and Clint Hurdle wouldn't commit to just beyond tonight as to whether this is long term for Polanco. He said we'll see how it goes.
Certainly the way he's been swinging the bat, you know, Polanco can handle that position, as can that man. Jung Ho Kang, I'm sure, has the butterflies, looking forward to getting that first at bat.
His interpreter, H.K. Kim, next to him, and yep, 1, 2, 3. Couple of strikeouts for Carlos Martinez. Here comes Francisco Liriano. Back at third base. Tip of the cap to Chris Maloney, the third base coach. Check out the St. Louis Cardinals starting lineup against Francisco Liriano. The Cardinals are 15-14. And it's Matt Carpenter, Stephen Piscotty, and Matt Holliday. Holliday 346 lifetime versus the Pirates starter Brandon Moss. It's cleanup. Yadier Molina behind the plate. Randall Grichuk will follow. Bottom third, Jed Jerko, Aledmys Diaz, and Carlos Martinez.
And for Francisco Liriano, 2-1, a 386 earned run average, 5 starts, 28 innings, 5 homers. Opponent's hitting just 233. And when he has that slider going, it's about as unhittable pitch as there is in the big leagues. Hitters hit just 114 against it.
And important, John, for him to get those strikes over, is it not?
Yes.
The fastball. Because
especially early in the count, yes. To get ahead and then get the guys, the opponents.
That's when they'll chase.
Swinging, yes.
Because there have been times, we've seen it over the years where, well, obviously that's not what he wanted, but where opponents just lay off.
And it
not
seems,
throwing strikes.
Yeah, this year it seems like the teams have been way more patient against him.
Falls behind Matt Carpenter, 2-1.
And, nothing more telling about than all the walks. 17 and 28 innings, and that's after walking nobody his last time out.
John Mabry, the hitting coach, there on your screen, and a strike. It's now 2-2 on Carpenter, hitting .240, 3 homers and 17 RBIs. Always among the league leaders in doubles, and always a tough out against the Pirates for sure. Career numbers are solid for Carpenter against Pittsburgh, but as you see against Liriano, not so good.
Liriano is so tough to hit, especially for the left-handed batters. I can't imagine as much trouble as he gives righties. And normally teams stack the lineup with right-handed batters. Cardinals with just 2 lefties in the lineup tonight.
Carpenter lays off, 3-2. Carpenter has walked 19 times to lead the Cardinals hitters. And he's in the top 10 in that department. A little broken bat. Base hit. I look at the career numbers. I thought he'd be well over 300 against Pittsburgh. He just always seems to be one of the toughest outs. He's only 257 lifetime against the Pirates.
Always a tough out. And Liriano trying to double up inside with the fastball. Don't see that a whole lot. But Carpenter able to fight it off. Muscle it out into right.
Here's the Stanford product, Stephen Piscotty. He's got a 4-game hitting streak. And takes ball 1. Redbirds just finished up a series against the Phillies here and took 3 of 4. And Piscotty hit .389 in the series. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mike Estabrook calling the balls and strikes. Dana DeMuth is the crew chief. He's at first. There he is. Greg Gibson at second. Ed Hickox at third. 1 ball, 1 strike on Piscotty with Matt Holliday on deck. 2-1. RBIs for Piscotty to go along with a .301 batting average. Liriano's career ERA of 2.40 against the Cardinals, the lowest among any active pitcher against St. Louis lifetime.
There's a good changeup. Piscotty out in front. Slider is as good as any. The changeup, see the downward movement. It looks to a hitter like it's thigh high middle, and it just dies and runs the other way almost like a screwball.
2-2. Just foul.
Sounded like maybe he broke the bat. I guess not. It didn't sound real good. Got a nice souvenir. Liriano looking for that strikeout or perhaps a ground ball. He has been getting a good bit of ground balls this year. Just under 60%.
Struck him out looking. One out will bring up Holliday. We're going to get to our Rivers Casino tips to win. Liriano about ready to face the left fielder.
Not looking for a big night from Jung Ho. Welcome back, Jung Ho. Hopefully you'll just pick up where you left off a year ago. And for the righties, you're going to have to make it happen. The Pirates against Martinez, just a couple of lefties in the lineup, not including Francisco Liriano.
Showed you the strong career numbers for Matt Holliday versus Francisco Liriano. This year, Holliday at .253.
Look back on that pitch, borderline on that inside corner. Close to the same pitch that got Piscotty.
1-1 on Holliday.
Yeah, that pitch borderline just off.
That fastball misses badly. Holliday originally was going to be playing a lot of first base. And at the start of the season, in fact, the very first game of this year, Holliday at PNC Park was the starting first baseman. But then left fielder Tommy Pham came up with an oblique injury, and Holliday went out to left, and he's played mostly left field since. So even though it's a lefty starter, Brandon Moss is at first base tonight. for the Cardinals. Matt Adams had to leave the game the other day. Right quad tightening up on him. Caused him to miss much of last year. They don't expect him to go on the disabled list just day to day. Two and two. Holiday not so sure as he talks to Mike Estabrook, but that looked like it did catch the corner.
Backdoor slider from Liriano. Up in the zone, but right on the outside edge.
And he strikes him out looking. Scotty called out on strikes, and now Holiday.
Holiday can still hit. He's still dangerous, but look at these pitches. There's not a whole lot you could do with any of them. I mean, that's...
How about back-to-back?
Yeah.
Those two pitches.
Yeah, on that outside edge and then the inside edge. And you saw the late movement. That pitch started in off the plate and had the late tail that caught the inside corner.
So it's Brandon Moss. Off his foot.
Has the protective gear on that right ankle. I don't think it hit the pad. I think it hit the foot. Yep, right on top. Ouch.
Moss the other day hit the longest home run ever here at Busch Stadium by a left-handed batter. Went an estimated 462 feet. I did not check with Bob Walk on that to see if he confirms it, but that was the estimated.
Yeah, the estimated distance.
Yeah, which is what they've been doing for a lot of years.
They said that ball was still climbing when it hit the second deck down the right field line.
Didn't want to, but did on the appeal. And Hickox says Moss offered. Ball hit that that sign right there, and it was still climbing. That's a long way, and it was still going. Bit tight to Brandon Moss. See if now a breaking ball isn't coming his way.
Yeah, how about Liriano? He's establishing the fastball early. He's thrown a bunch of them. Wants these hitters to think about getting geared up and ready for that fastball, which should make the secondary pitches even better.
Those numbers against lefty pitchers so far, real good for Moss. He strikes him out looking on the fastball after the hit to Carpenter. Piscotty, Holiday, Moss called out on strikes by Liriano.
Taking on the Cardinals here at Busch Stadium. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. Every 5 days, we watch Gerrit Cole take to the mound and pitch with a lot of passion. And that passion for Gerrit Cole extended beyond the baseball diamond, as a couple nights ago, he attended the Pittsburgh Penguins game wearing the Sidney Crosby jersey and all, loud, put on the Jumbotron, cheering, getting the fans fired up. We love that kind of passion. And then he had a conversation with an usher. Now, many reports said that Gerrit was being, let's say, getting his wrist slapped. That is not the case. The usher in that situation just told Gerrit very simply, you can bang on the glass as much as you want, just don't hit on this part of the glass, because that partition has a spring in it that can be loosened and could cause the partition to come down at any point in time. Gerrit said, hey, no problem. He was there along with teammate Ryan Vogelsong, and they had a blast watching the game, as evidenced by the video we saw a moment ago. But Greg, a great time had by Gerrit and Ryan watching the Penguins to an overtime victory and taking a 3-1 series lead over the Washington Capitals.
That was so cool to see, Robbie, and glad Robbie cleared that up, because some people thought that he was getting his wrist slapped. But that gentleman just telling Gerrit, not on that particular part of the glass, but you can pound on the glass. The way he was passionate. You saw Ryan Vogelsong next to him, and crowd fired up to see Gerrit Cole at that Penguins game. He joined a handful of other Pirates that were out at Consol. There's a base hit for Starling Marte to start the second inning.
Nicely done, Starling.
Opposite field base hit for Marte.
That can get the Pirates going, get on the board early against Carlos Martinez.
Cervelli hitting .307. Still looking for his first homer. A dozen RBIs. Now Marte, though he does have 7 steals, there have been no attempts with Carlos Martinez on the hill this season. Last year, 5 of 7 attempted stolen bases. 5 were caught. Only 2 made it with that combination of Martinez and Molina. Ball 1.
Certain pitchers are so good at slide stepping and getting the ball to their catcher quickly. And when that's the case, there's nowhere for you to go. I mean, Molina can shut down the running game with that quick release and strong arm, but if he has a pitcher that can get the ball to him quickly, guys aren't going to attempt it.
Well, he shut it down. He wanted to, and then called it off, and Molina gets a kick out of it.
I don't know if there was a slip or if he just didn't get a good enough jump and decided to stop. That didn't look like a slip. It was just not a good jump, and that's what good base stealers do. I mean, they can go out there and they can try to steal a base every time, every pitch, and you know, if you don't get a jump, just shut it down. You get a jump, go ahead. But when a guy's that quick to the plate, you don't have to really mess around with throwing over or pitching out or stepping off or holding the ball longer. Certain guys are just quick enough to where, hey, go if you want. My catcher will throw you out.
Again, looked like he wanted to go and shut it down.
And you can tell pretty much first step whether or not you got good enough jump.
One ball, 2 strikes on Cervelli. He guns it over there to Martinez. Dominican Republic native, 24 years old, 14-7 last year with a 3.01 ERA. 31 appearances, 29 of them starts. Now 2-2 on Francisco Cervelli. Martinez with 8 walks and 30 strikeouts so far this season.
Amazing he's still only 24 years old. Seems like he's been around a while. This is 4th season here in St. Louis.
Molina, safe. A stolen base. Ha!
Yeah.
They're having some fun there. Yadier Molina wanted to nab Marte. Marte wanted the steal. He got it.
And some guys are just fast enough. And again, I wouldn't say that was his greatest jump, but that good speed and not the best throw from Molina.
8 steals. Matches Jonathan Villar of the Milwaukee Brewers for the league lead. And yeah, gotcha.
Well, they're holding things up here to see if there was a replay that would suggest that he wasn't safe. But I guess Molina could laugh. He doesn't get burned too often.
Here's Cervelli. Yeah, that was a great moment there too, between 2 guys who talk about passion of Garrett Cole, 2 guys very passionate about the game, and Molina and Marte. A great battle there. And you know, Marte's show of emotion was genuine. Wasn't showing up anybody. Here's another look. As you can see, got his back leg there, back of the leg. And here's Jung Ho Kang after the walk to Cervelli. This will be his first at-bat since the injury, September 17th of last year against the Chicago Cubs. So close to 8 months since his last major league at-bat. Got 40 ABs at his AAA stint, 13 rehab games for Indianapolis. 287 hitter last year with 15 homers, 58 RBIs, and hit .333 against Martinez. And this is going to be a double play, you would think. Carpenter, Jerko, Tomas, and Jung Ho Kang's first at bat of 2016 is an around the horn double play.
And you know, he's up there ready to go, looking for an opportunity to drive in a run. Like he got a first pitch sinker, just got on top of it. Like he was running pretty good.
We have talked to Neil Huntington a lot about that injury, so people have to understand he might not be the same Jung Ho Kang this year as we saw last year in certain areas. The first step explosiveness, Neil Huntington pointed out, might not be there, and he's going to need more time off. That's why David Freese is going to be available and will still play a lot of third base. Josh Harrison, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's the former Cardinal. A lot of people around the Cardinals organization asking how come he isn't in the starting lineup. Fans would love to have seen their hero, and everybody predicting that once he is announced, maybe as a pinch hitter tonight or in the starting lineup, perhaps as early as tomorrow, that he will get an ovation that we haven't seen around here for a while. And they just love David Freese, of course, the big hero of the 2011 postseason.
That both tell you they top 10 all time.
Yeah,
I mean,
popularity.
Fan favorite.
Still 1-2 on Harrison.
And you see Martinez, when he wants to, he can still reach back and throw that good fastball. That one at 98. That's the 4-seam fastball. You know, we've seen a lot of 93s and 94s. That's the 2-seamer. He's trying to keep it down in the zone, work the edges.
Little broken bat, gonna produce a run. Josh Harrison brings home Marte. 1-0 here in the second.
So good at that. He just has a knack. He has a knack for putting the ball in play, finding holes. He's a free swinger. Everybody knows that he doesn't walk a lot, but he can put bat to the ball. And when you can battle with 2 strikes, look where that pitch is. That's a foot off the plate. And Jay, what he does so well is he gets loaded, he gets his hands back, and if that pitch is down and away like that, he can just keep the hands back long enough. Transfers his weight over the front side, and he's just able to wave that wand and put it in play.
Jordy Mercer takes a strike. How about Josh Harrison? This is the Pirates' 29th game. He is the Pirates' leader in runs batted in.
No
16 ribbies. 9 of them have come with 2 outs.
Wow. And he's a guy, again, he's a free swinger, but he's also a bad ball hitter. He can take and get to pitches that are off the plate and do something with them. Probably more so than anybody else on the team. I mean, it's Freddie Sanchez like. We saw Freddie Sanchez do it all the time.
Freddie Sanchez won a batting title back in 2006 with a lot of that. 0-2 now on Jordy Mercer. He's hitting .313 as Martinez will throw a 30th pitch of this start. Marte started it with the base hit to right and stole second, and then Cervelli walked. It was such a big lift for Martinez to get Young to bounce into that double play, and so discouraging after you work hard to get the big 5-4-3 DP that you give up that soft single that brings in a run. And maybe you see a little bit of the frustrations of the still relatively young Carlos Martinez, as John mentioned, 24. And the Pirates have done pretty good work against him. There goes Harrison. This is toward right, and Piscotty. A little bit of battle perhaps with the lights, but makes the play. The Pirates take a 1-0 lead on the Josh Harrison 2-out single.
Brought to you by Allegheny Health Network. Health for all. By Bordas & Bordas, official legal partners of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Visit bordaslaw.com. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
1-0. Pirates lead it here in St. Louis. Going to the bottom of the second inning. Josh Harrison with his team leading 16th RBI. Yadier Molina, .323 batting average for the 33-year-old veteran. Strike one. Molina will be followed by Randall Grichuk and then Jed Jerko. Tap toward third. Here's Gung's first defensive play. Can't find the handle and safe at first.
That's a tough one. That's a tough position to be in. The swinging bunt. And yeah, it's Yadier Molina, who doesn't run well, but he gets out of the box. And you're dealing with the base over there, trying to pick it, find the handle, throw it all in one motion. See, he almost like felt that bag, almost like he had to step over it. And just that little bit of a bobble was enough to give Molina an extra step or two.
Infield single for Molina. One thing we heard about Gung, though, his maybe timing at the plate was off during his rehab. Talking to some of the players down there in Indianapolis, raved about his defense.
Yeah, he's solid. Good fundamentals, good feet, good strong throwing arm.
Out in front of Grichuk, 0-2. Grichuk hitting 182.
Now out in front, 0-2. Grichuk likes the fastball. Liriano, good slider, good change. Might try to get him to chase. But the changeup was the sign from Cervelli. Just got a piece of it. Bat just long enough, right off the end. It appeared.
Well, the Pirates score first, 13-6. It's always been one of your favorite numbers, John.
Yeah, for whatever reason, every team in baseball will have a winning record when scoring first.
Broken bat. 1, 2. Grichuk's struggles continue.
Boy, that's a good job by Liriano, too. Not trying to rush it. So often you see this comebacker come to the pitcher and then they're waiting for the fielder to get to the bag and they end up trying to lead them and then they throw the ball away. He waited till Harrison got there and threw a perfect strike on the second base side, which I think makes it even easier for Jay. For the first base side, a second.
Good work from the veteran lefty Francisco Liriano. Now faces Jed Jerko. Behind him, 2-0.
We've talked so much about Pirate pitchers and not going very deep in ball games. This is where you want to have that quick inning. Get back in the dugout. Maybe end up with an inning where you only throw a dozen pitches or so.
No question, that's what pitching coach Ray Miller wants.
Ray Miller.
Also known as Ray Searage. Well, you know, we were just talking about Ray Miller the other day having a birthday, and we were discussing the early '90s teams under that pitching coach, and I mean that's not so
I say
crazy.
that all the time. I say Ray Miller.
That was Ray Searage. You know who he is.
Come on, Frankie.
And he loses them. First walk. Pirates thank our active and retired military with a military discount brought to you by IC Light. Ticket discounts available for Sunday through Friday games. Military and their families save up to $10 on tickets. Find out more at pirates.com/military. The big surprises this season. Aledmys Diaz, 381. And a weakly hit ground ball, base hit.
Said early on, this guy liked to go up there and rip the fastball and like the fastball on the inner half, and the team started pitching him away, and so he started doing this, started hitting the ball the other way. Had that big huge hole on the right side, got a fastball out over the plate.
Here's Carlos Martinez. He has 3 hits and 13 at bats with 3 ribbies. First and second, 2 outs. Martinez takes a long walk. It's 0-2. Not looking very comfortable after each swing.
No.
Hurt himself.
Slider down to a knee, toppling over.
Got him swinging, and that'll be it. That is number 4. For Liriano. A couple men left on base. Pirates have a 1-0 lead after 2.
Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association jointly announced that the two-game series in San Juan, Puerto Rico between the Bucs and the Marlins, which had been slated for here in Bithorn Stadium, has been relocated to Miami Marlins Park. Okay, those are scheduled to be played on May 30th and 31st. Now, the Pittsburgh Pirates did say that we are saddened by the circumstances in Puerto Rico and elsewhere that led to this decision. We are hopeful that the public health institutions can quickly eradicate the health risks that are regrettably affecting the Puerto Rican people, and that includes Yadier Molina, who sent out this Point Park University tweet earlier today. Basically, we're going to see it right here. Go visit my beautiful Puerto Rico. Still don't understand why MLB canceled the games down there. Wow. We don't know what the future holds for the series, and maybe a future visit for the Pirates, Greg. But unfortunately, it will be a 4-game series in Miami rather than 2 in Puerto Rico and then 2 in Miami.
And now Francisco Liriano puts a charge into one, and in right center it is Piscotty. 1 pitch, 1 out. Yadier Molina sending out that tweet, and well, I mean, I guess I should ask Robbie this question. Molina's tweet says doesn't understand why Major League Baseball canceled. Is that what the release said? Oh, it's Major League Baseball and the union, the Players Union. They voted, and according to Garrett Cole today, the Pirate players voted unanimously, and we understand the Marlins players voted unanimously. So
it's a bummer.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, 0-2 the count. John Jaso. Jaso struck out to start this ball game. And Jaso now 0 for his last 12 as he grounds out to Moss. A couple of quick outs for Carlos Martinez to begin the 3rd. Martinez had a 1-2-3 first. Gave up the run in the 2nd on the 2-out infield hit by Josh Harrison.
Two-seam fastball coming in on Andrew McCutchen.
And a ground ball to 3rd. Pirates go down in order. 1-0 after 2.5 in St. Louis, Missouri. Pirates baseball. Starling Marte cranks up the radar guns. We relive our favorite outtakes from Pirates spring training and much more inside Pirates baseball, presented by Allegheny Health Network tonight after postgame on Root Sports. And here in St. Louis, the Pirates lead the Cardinals 1-0. Begin this road trip that will take them to Cincinnati next week, and then next weekend, Wrigley Field in Chicago. Cubs, they won again today.
Man, roughed up Scherzer.
Jeez. They really are on some kind of early season tear. 22-6.
They got guys in that lineup all the way down that can hit the ball at the ballpark. Zobrist with 2 more today.
My gosh. Former Cardinal John Lackey got the win. He's 4-1. Despite a 4.02 ERA, getting a lot of run support. Scherzer's ERA is now 4.60. Top of the order, Matt Carpenter. Singled on a 3-2 pitch in the first. '13th round pick in 2009 out of TCU. I'm sorry, it's going to be one of those nights, as you can tell.
I'm sure there's a TSU. Texas State, Tennessee State.
Sure, yeah. Still not where he went. Thank you, though, John. Struck him out. 5 already for Liriano.
His slider's good. Even when he hangs it, he gets swings and misses. Yeah, you see where Cervelli's set up. Look where it ends up. I mean, guys just can't hit it. I mentioned earlier, the slider coming in today. 114 the league hits his slider.
Talking about it right now. Here's Piscotty. Ray Searage smiling alongside Nick Leyva.
Heads up.
Yeah. Hope they had their heads up there.
Netting in front of that dugout, but not in front of the steps. That thing came right through the step area, scattering the coaches.
There is Francisco Liriano. Whoa, look out, safe at first. Just complimented him about his second inning throw to Josh Harrison on a double play.
Yep, and one of the things, took his time waiting for John Jaso to get there, and then just yanked it a little bit. You see Piscotty there, he wasn't running hard, but he was running. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so
there's a difference.
So some guys that just put the bat down and barely move.
Yes.
You know, barely a jog.
Yeah.
And where you might be able to recover and get the base. But you just go 3/4 speed, you never know.
Pretty well to right, but room for Polanco. Holiday is retired. So, you know, as you said, John, if he's just jogging, Jaso maybe has no concern whatsoever.
Right.
But at least, or tossing the bat aside and walking, I should say, he was in a decent jog there. But as you said, at least he was doing that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys don't run that fast on a grounder to anywhere in the infield, let alone the pitchers. Comebackers at a mound, you rarely see guys get halfway down the line.
E1, by the way. Liriano charged with that error. For the Pirates, that's their 24th error. Only the Cardinals have committed more miscues with 25.
That's a surprise. Pirates have always prided itself on pitching and defense.
There's a shallow right. Josh Harrison to make the play. There it doesn't cost Liriano. 1-0.
For the Toyota RAV4th inning, the all-wheel drive RAV Hybrid has performance that will make you rethink hybrid. Let's go Bucks!
It is a 1-0 Pirates lead. On to the 4th. And Gregory Polanco, who struck out against Carlos Martinez, will lead things off. Martinez had a 1-2-3 first, a 1-2-3 third. The Pirates scoring their run in the second. Showed you the career numbers at the beginning of the telecast for Martinez against the Pirates. 2-3, a 4.71 ERA.
Little bug flying around. See him?
Saw that. Polanco now with just 5 hits in his last 26 at bats and under 200 average over the last week plus. Still, the Pirates leading the National League in hitting at 282. Almost since day one of the start of the regular season, they were leading all of Major League Baseball. Batting and on-base percentage. Still impressive. 366 on-base percentage to lead the senior circuit. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, the offense hasn't been much of a problem, except for there's been a couple ruts with runners in scoring position, opportunities that Jeff Branson's Pirates couldn't cash in on.
And really, except for the Cubs series.
Yeah, and earlier in the year.
2, 1, and 2 runs. This was past 3 at PNC Park. And a leadoff walk, frustrating Carlos Martinez. That's the second free pass he's allowed. We invite you to sign up for the annual Pitch for Hope Women's Baseball Clinic on May 22nd, led by Pirates coaches. Packages include clinic access, a game ticket, and a private brunch and raffle. Proceeds from the clinic will benefit a Glimmer of Hope Foundation. Visit pirates.com/pitch-for-hope. Jung Ho Kang getting ready. Cervelli is on deck and Kang now in the hole. Marte singled to start the second and stole second. Oh, there is Whitey Herzog, former longtime manager of the Cardinals and Royals. And their Hall of Fame, Whitey. Takes it quite a few games during the course of the season. Another broken bat. Another hit. How about that?
Yeah. You take it. And again, you look at Marte now with that base hit, that his average is up into the 320s. And he really hasn't been locked in yet. He just gets his hits. Yeah. Manages to throw it out there, whether it be a infield ground ball that he beats out or a fister. And every now and again you'll see the big hit, the long ball. But 2 hits off the fastball of Martinez, which has been hard to do this year. Carlos Martinez has held right-handed hitters to a 136 average.
Whoa, look out. I think a 150 on base percentage.
Yeah, and on the fastball, opposing right-handed hitters have hit 074 against his fastball coming into tonight's game.
Jeez.
It's remarkable. And again, that goes to show you it's not how hard you throw it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's geared
he's
down.
Backed up. Yeah. Two and 0. He walked Cervelli in the second. Look at that.
That's remarkable. Even better than Jake Arrieta.
Now it is 3-0.
It's one thing you've seen Martinez get frustrated in the past. And now he knows he's in a pickle, nobody out, in danger of loading the bases. One-run game with Jung Ho Kang lurking.
Oh my. A 4-pitch walk to Cervelli to load them up. Second walk of the inning, 3rd in the game. It's the second time he's allowed the free pass to the Pirates catcher. Derek Lilliquist will make his first trip to the mound, the pitching coach of the Redbirds.
Walks have not been much of an issue. He's had just 8 coming into the night, 34 2/3.
Jung Ho Kang, Point Park University tweets. Fans are looking forward to your return as well. Welcome back, Jung Ho. King Kong back, and it feels so right. Jung Ho Kang is officially back. What a wonderful day. Hashtag the Gong Show.
And whether or not Clint Hurdle trying to ease Jung Ho back into the lineup.
Yeah, try
putting him in a
hide him a little
spot.
bit. Here we go.
First and second, no out. His first at bat. Now the base is loaded. Nobody out here in the 4th.
Popped it up. Infield fly. And one away. Kang. A couple of quick swings against Martinez. Has bounced into a double play. Now pops up with the bases loaded.
And Jung Ho is such a good fastball hitter. And you know, if you talk about timing and how long does it take for him to get up to speed. The one thing with Jung Ho that you think that You know, the fastball would be the pitch that he'd be able to attack and hit hard, and he might have some adjustments to make on the slow stuff. But Martinez again with that good two-seam fastball that he's giving everybody fits with, especially right-handed batters. He gets Jung Ho on 2 sinkers, 3 outs.
Now he could get 2 outs and out of the inning if he can get Harrison to put the ball on the ground. J-Hay had the infield hit past the mound that brought in Marte in the second. And Molina out. He has from day one taken Martinez under his wing. Martinez, who when he first got to the big leagues wore number 44, but switched to that 18 to honor his late friend, former teammate Oscar Taveras, who was tragically killed a couple of winters back. And now Molina is asking for the trainer. You know, John, we go back to that at bat where he looked so uncomfortable. I wonder if, I shouldn't read anything into it, I guess, but he sure looked like he was in some pain during that at bat.
Yeah, he looked awkward, that's for sure, but this is the second inning of work since then. I mean, he did land on that right arm as he kind of toppled over the plate.
And they're going to go to a reliever. That is something the Cardinal fans do not want to see.
Well, that's some bad news.
Boy, oh boy.
Who knows if it's the arm? I'm sure, you know, the Cardinal fans here are hoping that it's something unrelated to that big right arm.
It took Yadier Molina. Martinez wasn't saying anything, of course, but Molina noticed something and came out, talked to him, and finally motioned to Matheny and a Redbirds trainer. So now a reliever will be coming on. He'll get as much time as he needs to warm up. That is Tyler Lyons, the lefty, and will be coming back.
Is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Derek Lilliquist, the Cardinal pitching coach. Has to be a lot of concern right now for Carlos Martinez, forced to leave for some injury. We're not aware of it, but we don't know. We're just wondering that did this second inning at bat have anything to do with it? Now he did pitch a 1-2-3 third.
Yeah, very quick 1-2-3 third. Who knows? I mean, we can only speculate whether or not it's arm or something else. Maybe tweaked something in somewhere other than the arm on that swing as he toppled over and gives way to Tyler Lyons, who's without a record but a .540 earned run average. Has thrown 10 innings and 8 appearances. 3 home runs. Opponents hit .270 against him. Pirates saw him last year.
Yeah, he had one outstanding relief appearance after the Pirates beat up Lance Lynn. August the 13th, he came on and pitched 5 1/3 innings without allowing a run against the Pirates. That was a game that Liriano actually started against Lance Lynn and got the win, despite Lyons' efforts. The game was pretty much out of hand by that time, but he certainly shut the door and gave the Cardinals at least an opportunity to try and come back. And now he enters in a bases loaded situation, one where he was certainly not warming up and expecting to pitch. He says he's ready. And Tyler Lyons will face Josh Harrison.
And behind in the count, 1-0. Lyons not a very hard thrower, averages about 90 miles per hour, throws a slider and a changeup to go with the fastball.
First pitch swinging and out of play.
See the changeup grip in his glove before he delivered that one to Josh. He left it up in the zone, got away with it.
Tyler Lyons from Lubbock, Texas, a 9th round pick by these Cardinals 6 years ago. And there we see the runners at third. It's Polanco. He walked. Marte, the broken bat single at second, and Cervelli is at first. He walked. Two and two. Lyons last worked 5 days ago against the Washington Nationals.
Got away with another hanging off-speed pitch, this time a slider up in the zone. I remember there being some deception. Lyons pitching to the Pirates a year ago, also got a start against the Pirates at the end of the year. And you can see that there's some late swings on even the secondary pitches.
Harrison hits .353 against him. Fouled it off.
Looks like it came up and hit Josh in the hand. That changeup, more movement, better located. See the top hand coming off the handle of the bat.
Another 2-2 pitch. Lyons strikes out Josh Harrison.
Maybe the best changeup of them all. Ball just looking like it slowed down as it neared home plate. Jay Hay was out in front.
It's up to Mercer now with 2 outs. Strike one. Mercer lined out to right fielder Stephen Piscotty to end the second. Lyons is 1-2 lifetime against the Bucks with a career ERA of .288. Pitched in 2 of the 3 games in Pittsburgh to open this 2016 season. The career numbers. One ball, 2 strikes.
See Jordy's numbers there against lefties. Good fastball hitter, and he likes facing lefties and hasn't seen anything but off-speed stuff first 3 pitches.
Whoa, he went. Tyler Lyons comes on. Back-to-back Ks. Pirates leave them loaded. And my 3rd birthday. There's something on the other side of that? It's my first game.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Our day automotive this day in baseball history. This day 2000. Bucks a 4-run 9th. Down 4, and they beat the Cubs 11-9. Will Cordero RBI triple tied the game. Then Pat Mears followed with an RBI double. Mike Benjamin singled him home. How about those names? Luis Sojo homered, as did Brian Giles. Luis Sojo, Mike Benjamin, Pat Mears, Will Cordero. Back in the last year of Three River Stadium days. At Wrigley Field, an 11-9 win for the Pirates. And a bouncer stabbed by Liriano. Let's see how he does with a throw this time. Yes, right there. Molina is retired.
Fortunately, the 3 comebackers to Liriano all came to the third base side, right where he falls off. Perfect. He's kind of facing towards the third base bag.
Frustrated.
You have to guess of the guy like Molina. It's so important to a pitching staff, and I'm sure cares.
Oh, he somehow beat the shift with 3 infielders on the left side. Grichuk singles with 1 out.
Molina, you know, I'm sure friends with these starting pitchers, and not only frustrated with the at-bat, but probably frustrated with the injury to Martinez. As you see the room there between Jordy Mercer and Josh Harrison, and ball perfectly placed between the two.
Grichuk hit into a 1-4-3 double play in the second, but singles with 1 out here in the 4th. Batter Jed Jerko walked in the second. Cervelli has to quickly go up and get it. play. Just going back to this date in Pirates history, May 6, 2000. The winning pitcher, and he might be watching. I know he lives in West Virginia and has gone to ball games over the last few years. Jeff Wallace was the winning pitcher. Mike Williams earned the save that day. Also pitching Jose Silva, Jose Parra, Scott Sauerbeck, and the starter was Jimmy Anderson. Names of the past.
Yeah. I did not know Jeff Wallace lived in West Virginia.
16 years ago. One and one. Speaking of West Virginia, Morgantown native at the plate. Cardinals picked up Jerko over the offseason. And as the year started, he was playing shortstop at the very beginning, because not only did they lose their starter Johnny Peralta to injury, but they traded for Ruben Tejada and he got hurt. And that really opened the door for the man on deck, Aledmys Diaz. That's why you never know about a baseball season. Just things you cannot possibly predict.
Cannot predict it. I'm sure the folks here in St. Louis couldn't have predicted what Diaz has been able to do to this point.
2-2 count. And Francisco Liriano with number 6. 6 Ks through 3 2/3 innings.
Good portion of fastballs. He's established it early. He continues to throw it. Climbs the ladder here. Right at the letters at 92. Look at the amount of fastballs there. 58 pitches, 60%. 28% the breaking ball, the slider.
Hit hard at Gong, a little bit of a stumble. And on to first, a low throw, and Jaso makes the play. A 1-out single by Grichuk. He is left stranded. Pirates have a 1-0 lead. Great plays over the last couple weeks. Pirates lead 1-0 over the Cardinals. Gypsy scoreboard as we go to the 5th. Tyler Lyons got out of that big jam, came on with 1 out, inherited a 1-0 count as Carlos Martinez forced to leave with some injury or illness. It could be that simple. Maybe he's not feeling well. But Lyons then struck out Harrison and Mercer and now faces Francisco Liriano, who came in with the top batting average in all of baseball amongst pitchers.
Drove ball pretty deep to right center, first time up. They're actually playing him with a little more respect in the outfield. And Lyons not messing around. Throws him a breaking ball to get ahead.
Not looking good here. 0-2.
They give silver sluggers to pitchers.
Yes,
right?
yes. 3 straight strikeouts for Tyler Lyons. Well, raise your spirits as the Pirates try to raise the Jolly Roger on a Spirit Night at PNC Park. Enjoy a 90-minute Spirit tasting in Club 3000 and then catch Pirates baseball in a luxury suite. Join us for the next tasting on May the 18th when the Pirates take on the Braves. Get your tickets at pirates.com/spirits. And you can wear what you want, I guess.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Was that like hot dog and ketchup or something?
It was definitely a hot dog.
Uh-huh. Hot dog already has the mustard on it. Oh, there we are. And Jaso just can't get it going. He's 0 for 3. Should I go ahead with the line the truck just used?
What was that?
I relish the opportunity to talk more about the hot dog and condiments.
Yeah, well, you've done it. You used it. It was a good one.
There's a little bit of an argument in the trailer amongst the Gypsies. Some are saying that they had nothing to do with it. They're blaming Adam Elmore, our producer. But there was all kinds of chuckling.
How about the guys behind the plate at Yankee Stadium that get dressed up? I guess a different group. Yeah, I think that's awesome.
Oh, and 2. Now, did they do that every night, or was that just?
Well, it's a guy that has the tickets. I guess people are complaining about the types of folks.
I think it was. I thought initially it was John Oliver who gave away those tickets to try and kind of make fun of the fact that they were empty and kind of corporate, big time corporate. There's a broken back ground out, and it is 1-0.
Pirates baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by the Chevy Equinox and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Barrel. With express service, you're in and out in no time. Visit barrelservice.com to find the location near you. Let's go Bucks!
Well, first pitch now to pitcher Tyler Lyons. His first at bat of this ball game came on to relieve Carlos Martinez. Career numbers there for Lyons. This is first at bat this season. Cardinal pitchers have actually done a pretty good job offensively, but Lyons a quick strikeout. Number 7 for Liriano, who punched out 10 Cardinals to start his season opening day at PNC Park on April the 3rd over 6 innings of work.
He's been pretty efficient as well with 62 pitches. It seems like pitchers everywhere are hitting now.
It does seem that way. It really does. I want to talk about the fact that the National League higher offensive numbers than the American League, and what's up with that? Foul ball called by home plate umpire Mike Estabrook. And I don't know if Cervelli was indicating to the bench that you should look at that. I don't know what that was.
I think he was just being silly.
Pretending headsets.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Always animated. Matt Carpenter takes 1-1. Well, Adam Wainwright, talking about pitchers hitting. How about 273 average for him with a home run and 6 RBIs. He crushed one toward Big Mac land.
How about he has a double, triple, and a home run?
Yeah.
Not many pitchers can erase all the zeros.
He's hit for the cycle. No wonder he was defending the National League after he got hurt last year. After batting. We do not want the DH in the National League, Wainwright pleaded. Better baseball. And still 1-2. Adam Wainwright hoping to get right. Such a big part of this club. An ERA of 6.68 through 6 starts. Towards center, sending McCutchen back with room. Two outs as Carpenter flies to the edge of the warning track. We're going to check out our Nissan Road Ahead. And Adam Wainwright will pitch tomorrow afternoon against Jeff Locke. 1:30 airtime. And Sunday also 1:30. It is Michael Wacha against Garrett Cole. The concluding game of this 3-game series. They're fired up here in St. Louis. The Blues are in the playoffs, the NHL playoffs with Dallas. Series even at 2 games apiece. And a quick 1-2-3 5th inning. 9 pitches for Liriano that frame. cool shots there from the Allegheny Health Network Supermo to the blues sounds of the Common Heart, our featured band on Friday Night Rocks. And yeah, the St. Louis Blues and Dallas Stars tied at 2 games apiece. I mentioned that because there's a line drive fair. It'll kick off the short fence, and Polanco is going to be held to a single. A nice job by Piscotty. Gets the ball in quickly. And Polanco rips a single to right.
Oh, yeah, that is a great job by Piscotty. He takes the chance that that's going to hit that little wall out there with his angle. If it doesn't hit that wall and goes in the corner, it's probably a triple for Polanco, but Piscotty obviously knows the field. You'll see right here, if it stays down into the corner, maybe 3. It does a good job of holding Polanco to 1.
Did you see the catch he made yesterday by chance?
I did. Wow. We were on the plane, right?
Man, yes.
Yeah, that was outstanding. He went a long way.
Yeah, he did.
Diving head first into the gravel or warning track area.
I remember Piscotty colliding at PNC Park last year with Peter Borges. A really vicious collision. Cost Piscotty some time. 1 ball, no strikes on Marte. So the Blues playing tomorrow afternoon at the same time these Cardinals are hosting the Pirates. So a lot of attention, much like in Pittsburgh, where tomorrow night the Pens look to wrap it up against the Caps.
That game shouldn't be here, though, right? It should be on the road.
It's on the road, yeah. It's on the road. Both, right? Pens will be on the road, correct?
Yes, yes. Is it true that you're hosting the Pens party tomorrow night?
No.
You're not hosting the Pens party?
No. Who is?
Bad information. I don't know. I was coming to your place.
Who told you that? What, come to my place with the hotel?
Yeah. I'm sure you got the nice big suite.
Yeah, right.
The Voice?
I got that one time about 10 years ago. Just lucked out. Where was that? Miami?
Yeah. No, that was nice.
I said, yeah, you guys can come up there. I've got a lot of room. Maybe one of these guys will host it.
Not Grumpy Bob.
No. Block and walk on the radio side. You guys came up. I had no idea that I actually had the rooftop available.
Yeah, you had the rooftop.
Yeah.
Boy, that was nice.
And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Serious stuff going on there. My gosh, smile. It's fun. They play ball. Bob's looking over here like, why are you doing that? Come on, smile, Bob.
Leave me alone.
Yep.
Stop it. See, he's right next door. We could see him.
Smile. Yeah. It's fun. It's play ball, not work ball. There you go. That's it.
He's so happy.
He's so mad at us right now.
So happy.
He is so mad. Fuming. There, see? Yeah. That's how he really feels. There goes Polanco. Swing and a miss. The throw down going to be very late.
Big jump.
Number 4 for Tyler Lyons. And the second steal for the Bucks. Polanco's 3rd of the season.
No smiles from Molina this time, as he knew his pitcher didn't give him much of a chance to throw out Gregory Polanco. See Gregory staying on the bag, going in hard. What would be fun here, Greg, is to turn the snoop cam towards the radio booth.
That would be hilarious.
And we could peek in on them all the time.
That would be really good. Do you think we could get permission from Adam and Pete?
There's no chance.
No. That's the snoop cam. They have their eyes on us all. As soon as we step foot in here at noon for a 7 o'clock game, when I start doing my prep work, John gets here about an hour later. Their eyes are on us.
Even when we eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then they put us on the monitor so we watch
everybody
ourselves eat.
Camera's over there. The snoop cam.
The snoop cam.
And there's Nancy, the all-time great stage managers.
Yeah, there's nothing more fun than like sitting here eating your dinner and watching yourself eat your dinner.
And knowing that the eyes are glued in the truck watching you.
Looking for. But you do have a good idea. You put up the little Post-it note, cover it up.
I do, on occasion. Pete hates that when I do that. 1-1 on Cervelli, who walked twice against the starter Carlos Martinez. Polanco at second, one out in the sixth. Tyler Lyons got the big strikeout of Harrison and an even bigger one of Mercer to end that bases loaded one-out situation he inherited in the fourth. Retired the Pirates in order in the fifth. He really has done good work over the years against the Bucks. Tyler Lyons, he's made 4 starts against Pittsburgh. Like last year, September 30th, 7 innings, 4 hits, no runs. One of the best starts of his career in an 11-1 victory at PNC Park. It's 3-2 on Cervelli.
See Cervelli swing through too many pitches over the heart of the plate. He would never do it 2 times in a row. Lions put the fastball up to 90.
.307 average currently for Cervelli. He's hit safely in 7 of his last 9 ball games against the Cardinals. He and Yadier Molina, going back to the start of last year, the top 2 catchers in terms of games started at that position in the National League. Struck him out looking, and you can see Cervelli's surprise.
He can't believe it. Mike Estabrook. It's a slider, a backdoor slider. Boy, very, very top of the zone. Rare you see a pitch up around there being called a strike.
Jung Ho Kang with a fly ball hit the other way. Piscotty going back to the wall, and welcome back! Jung Ho Kang! Opposite field home run! He is back, and he homers to right to give the Bucks a 3-0 lead in the 6th inning. Oppo for Jung Ho.
Boy, you know he was frustrated after the first couple of at-bats. He had opportunities to drive in runs. Not this time. They weren't going to get him out this time. He gets a fastball, I believe, out over the plate and shows that great power. Boy, you know they love having him back. See the pitch elevated up. Yep, fastball, 90 miles per hour. I think he knew it.
My gosh.
Great stuff.
What a return, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Jung Ho Kang, his 3rd at bat, and I want to say 4 pitches in the 3 at-bats. This is the first pitch of this AB.
Oh, no, that's 3 pitches. He saw
was it
3 pitches, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if it was 3 or 4.
Yeah.
3 pitches. The first pitch bounced into that double play in the second. The second pitch, the infield pop-up with the bases loaded. And the third pitch is the home run.
It didn't take him long to get the timing back. 3 swings.
Some 378 feet. The opposite field home run for Gong. Strike 3 called. Jung Ho Gong on a Friday night rocks. Rockin' St. Louis.
Let's get it done on Friday night. Pittsburgh on Friday. It's what we do.
Scoreboard, it is 3-0. The 2-run opposite field home run on the third pitch that Gong saw tonight in his first game back since September 17th last year, when Chris Coughlin's slide ripped up that left knee.
You can't, as far as preparing, getting ready, the rehab games down in Indianapolis, and he didn't do great.
Yeah.
He struggled.
It was like his spring training.
Yeah, it was like but you can't replicate the adrenaline you get here down there, and it's just a whole different level. And once you get into a major league game in front of the big stadium, all the people in the seats, it's ramped up about tenfold. Is Matt Holliday on the second pitch of the at-bat. Whoa. PMC Sports Medicine strike zone showed that pitch well in, maybe a bit down.
Holliday struck out looking in the first. Last time up sent Gregory Polanco to the warning track in right. A 9-pitch 5th inning for Liriano. Now goes 2-2 on Holliday. And that was the first 1-2-3 inning of the night for Liriano. He's had to work from the stretch for the first 5, and a 2-2 pitch. Gets another punch out, number 8. Let's go downstairs to Robbie and Smikowski for more on that Gong homer.
Yeah, people might wonder if Jung Ho knows the new signal to make once he gets into the dugout. Gregory Polanco had to actually give him a quick lesson as he made his way in. There you go. That's what you do when you get in. Walks in, quick high five, and there it was. Now, when he went all the way down, all the players said, Jung Ho, all at once. Everybody. The chant is a little bit different for each guy, so every time Jung Ho goes yard, you could expect that to happen. By the way, I did a little intel on that. I haven't gotten to the bottom of it. Obviously, it's a well-kept secret by the players, but it's a creation. It's not named after one thing like the meat hook Dimitri Young last year's celebration. Eventually, maybe by the end of September, I'll finally have an answer for this. But nonetheless, it was really cool and a lot of smiles in the dugout for Jung Ho Kang's first bomb in 2016.
I mean, how about that, Robbie? On his way to the dugout, Polanco gives him the quick instructions on what to do. And boy, talk about a quick learner.
Goes to tell you how far along his English has come.
Yeah, really. Unless Polanco spoke Korean to him or Spanish.
Yeah.
Regardless, Young picked it up in a hurry. And he really is so popular in the clubhouse and in that dugout. He and Polanco became fast friends. Oh my goodness, another called third strike. 9 punch outs for Liriano.
Twice. You got Brandon Moss looking. See where this one is. Slider. Moss probably thinking, man, I tracked that one good. I had a good eye on that one. Didn't chase. But Liriano once again gets a call.
5 of his 9 strikeouts have been called strikes. And now Molina. Strike 1. One of 4 Cardinal hits was Molina's infield single to third. And a fly ball to Polanco. And his second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. 11 pitches for Liriano. Rob, thank you. As I guess Cole Hamels now goes to 4-0 with that win, and first pitch swinging Jordy Mercer to center. 1 up, 1 down here to begin the 7th inning. Easy for Grichuk. Well, we found out that Carlos Martinez left the game due to fatigue. He will be reassessed tomorrow.
That's interesting.
Fatigue.
Fatigue.
Yeah, that is.
That's a
I
new one.
didn't realize that Garrett Richards the other day for the Angels left for what they said was fatigue. I didn't realize that. Now I know that today it was announced that he was going to undergo Tommy John surgery to end his season, which is a big blow to the Angels. But I didn't realize that when he first left the game, the reason they said he left was because of fatigue. So
yeah, I didn't either. I mean, maybe you're just saying that just to end any speculation.
Yeah. MLB.TV Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in HD on over 400 supported devices. Includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Meanwhile, Tyler Lyons has struck out 7 Pirates in 3 1/3 innings. He's given up 2 hits, the base hit by Polanco that started last inning, and then the 2-out opposite field home run by Jung Ho Kang. And a base hit for Jaso. That has to feel good. Well, the Pirates first baseman ends his 0 for 13 hitless string.
That's all it took was a lefty.
Yeah.
To face a lefty.
Yeah. Was that his first? No.
He hasn't had many
he's
at-bats against lefties.
Take a look at the shift. A base hit for John Jaso.
He is now 1 for 2 with a walk against left-handed pitching.
Sean Rodriguez is going to pinch run for him. Rodriguez no doubt will stay in the game to play first base. Andrew McCutchen has put the ball on the ground 3 times, and each ground ball to the left side of the infield.
Yeah, it almost looked like early in the ball game as he was getting loaded, meaning taking his hands back. He was getting them back there earlier than what I remember. As you'll see, you know, as he always does, he gets into that batter's box and always relaxed. Starts with resting that bat on his right shoulder. And that's just his starting point. And then you'll see as Lyons starts his delivery, Andrew takes his hands back.
And there's a base hit.
And that time, everything on time for Andrew. Instead of hitting it off the end, hit it right off the barrel, hit it hard. Change up, goes out and gets it. There you'll see as the hands go back. Now the foot gets down and keeps the hands back long enough on that changeup to drive it.
Lyons, as you can see, has thrown 51 pitches now. That 30 more than his last outing 5 days ago against the Washington Nationals, and by far the most he's thrown this year. So perhaps tiring, and bullpen action. Seth Maness starts to loosen for St. Louis. With Gregory Polanco at the plate. Polanco has been on base twice.
No.
There's Maness.
The ground ball specialist hasn't been as effective as we've seen him so far this year. Ramped it up to 92, by far the firmest of his fastballs. Maybe trying to just sneak one by Polanco on that outside corner, but missing.
2-2 on Polanco. Just reaches out and pops it up to the second baseman, Jerko. It'll be 7th inning stretch time here in St. Louis. The Bucks leading at 3-0.
Well, down on the farm, 2 Pirates pitchers are dominating in the system in the month of April, and it's not 2 guys you'd think we're talking about. We're referring to Brandon Waddell and Mitch Keller. Now, Brandon Waddell won the Florida State League's Player of the Month, and Keller won the same award for the South Atlantic League. Now, farm director Larry Broadway said Keller's power stuff he displayed, along with the ability to repeat pitches in the zone, was outstanding, and the most impressive part, the strikeout to walk ratios. You get a look at what Keller did. Now, Waddell, what a story he is. Broadway said he earned himself a promotion to Altoona from Bradenton this April. He showed command, was efficient in his outings, and generated weak contact, and they believe he's ready to be challenged at the next level. Now, what's interesting about that is he was just drafted last year, Waddell was, Greg and John. So this guy spent just 1 month in high A baseball. Now he's pitching for the Altoona Curve, and obviously had a pretty good outing in his first Double-A outing, going 6 1/3 innings, giving up just 2 runs. So that's some pretty impressive stuff. Keller is with the power. Pirates second-round draft choice 2 years ago, in 2014, out of high school, and this Waddell came out of University of Virginia and was fantastic.
Just video game type numbers for both Waddell and Mitch Keller. Waddell at the University of Virginia, as Robbie said, drafted last year, and Keller, the Cedar Rapids, Iowa native, drafted out of a high school 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's almost unheard of to see a guy go to Double-A a year after coming out of college. Unless it's, you know, one of those guys in the high first round.
Now 3-2 on Grichuk. Just to finish up on what's going on in the minor leagues, the run of good starts by AAA Indianapolis pitchers continues. Chad Kuhl tonight, 6 innings, 1 run, 2 hits. The staff at AAA Indy is so impressive what they have done, with Glasnow and Tyone leading the way. Still 3-2 on Grichuk. And a leadoff free pass from Liriano. He had retired 8 straight and 11 of his last 12. That is just the second walk allowed. Gave up a free pass to Jed Jerko with 2 outs in the second, and Jerko will be stepping to the plate here in the 7th. We send along a get well wish to Matt Sudo and a belated happy birthday wish to Tom Guerin, Bradford, PA. Celebrated his 72nd birthday the other day. Jerko, after walking in the second, struck out in the fourth. Liriano one punch out away from his second 10 strikeout performance of this season. Both would be against the Cardinals. And it's 0-2.
Well, that fastball's jumping out of Liriano's hand tonight. I mean, he's thrown a bunch of them, established it early. He's located it maybe as well as I've seen him since he's been a Pirate. I mean, he's thrown that fastball pretty much where he's wanted to. Kept it out of the middle of the plate.
And to right for Polanco. Jerko flies out to Polanco, and it brings up Aledmys Diaz, who has one of the hits. And maybe Liriano's winding down his night. See the bullpen going to work for the Pirates. Broken bat. Oh, diving stop. Gone to second. Safe there. Jung Ho Gong.
What a
great play. Didn't get an out. Well, the Pirates will check the replay and in a hurry find out that indeed Grichuk beat that throw.
Look how far he goes. I mean, that was like almost 4 steps and a dive, and got up quickly. The quick throw. He thought he had him. He's looking over, hoping. Maybe review will prove the second base umpire wrong. But boy, that's a heck of a play right there.
And umpire Greg Gibson was right on it. Ruben Tejada is announced as the pinch hitter, and Ray Searage out to talk with Liriano. Man, what a play.
Yeah, just gets that foot in there. I don't know if this is right. I'm looking at the Cardinal notes. Cardinals have scored as Phillies warms up 66 runs, which leads the major leagues in the 7th inning or later. The Cardinals have, with 19 home runs. They say they've scored 19 ninth inning runs this year and had 4 in all of 2015. That can't be right.
That doesn't sound. That sounds impossible.
I mean,
4.
Yeah, that's
no
impossible.
Way.
That's got to be wrong.
Ruben Tejada, just off the disabled list. Again, we talked about it earlier. Was picked up when Johnny Peralta got hurt, just as the season was starting. And Tejada, the former Met, he can empathize with Jung Ho Gong. It was really those 2 plays that started the ball rolling over the winter to change the slide rule. Gong's happened during the season. Tejada's happened in the playoffs. They've nicknamed it the Chase Utley rule, as Utley took out the then Mets shortstop Tejada. Block, but kicks away and goes toward the dugout, and safe. Grichuk comes all the way around to score from second base.
And that's a dangerous play when you're down 3 runs late in the ball game. You have to be pretty certain that you're going to be able to beat a throw. And you see the ball kicking off wildly down the first base line. The ball actually beats the runner Grichuk, but a nice slide head first, pulls the right hand back, reaches in with the left.
John, we've had 2 plays involving Pirates' top 2 starters at home plate now.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole last week, and now Liriano. And I don't know if you saw that last shot where Liriano's glove kind of bent back. they've got a rule in place, the Buster Posey rule, to protect catchers at home plate.
Right.
Well, what are they going to do about when a pitcher goes down like this? I say could and eventually will. There's a great look at the Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl. He did get them, but look at that.
Yeah, that's.
The pitcher's going to get hurt. It's all about protecting the players. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still 1-2 on Tejada. Jason Steele just corrected that note.
Typo.
It is indeed 41 ninth inning runs, not 4. You were right. "90 feet away to make it a 1-run game. Infield back. A 1-2 count on Tejada, the pinch hitter. And that will do it as McCutchen will make the catch. It is now 3-2. A walk, an infield single, that wild pitch. Both runners moved up 2 bases.
That slider that's always tough to hit. Boy, he really pulled his hands inside and put a nice swing on that pitch that was down and off the plate.
Carpenter 1 for 3. And 2, and this would be a nice way to finish off his night if he can get to Carpenter.
Yeah, even in this inning, you think about it, although they had the leadoff walk, you never like those. But a weakly hit ground ball off the end of the bat. Jung Ho almost within inches of retiring the second batter.
Can he get his 10th strikeout? He does. 10 strikeouts for the 2nd time this season against the Cardinals for Francisco Liriano, but the Redbirds pick up a couple.
The season high 7 innings, was clean through 6. Had the good stuff going, especially the fastball command, tying the hitters up. Everybody's so used to seeing the secondary pitches from Frankie, but the fastball was working. Still had that good slider, got Moss looking there. A little bad luck there in the 7th to give up 2 earned runs, but pretty good stuff. Efficient, just 98 pitches, 10 punch outs. His 5 hits in 7 innings. Excellent start for the Pirates lefty.
Encouraging sign, too, if you combine tonight and last start against the Reds. So he's looked like done for the night, it appears. They've got the bullpen going. Didn't see if he got the hugs or not. Tony Watson preparing for the bottom of the 8th.
See if we can get those runs back. Kevin Segrist, the hard-throwing lefty with the big curveball. 4-0 out of the bullpen. 2.45 ERA. Opponents hitting just 175 against him. And we talked about the big fastball, the big curveball. Marte gets first pitch changeup.
He wanted to butt it more toward the right side, but instead bunted it practically right back to Segrist. One out along the ball goes 1-3 that play, and Marte is 2 for 4 now. Cervelli walked his first 2 times against starter Carlos Martinez, and then struck out against Tyler Lyons. 7 of the 11 men that Lyons retired in 3 2/3 innings came via the strikeout. Lefty Kevin Segrist becomes the 3rd pitcher to work for the Cardinals. Segrist last worked a couple days ago against the Phillies and picked up that win, pitching 1 scoreless. Doesn't get it cleanly, but recovers. Jung Ho Kang will come to the plate after hitting the 2-run homer with 2 outs in the 6th. Then we got some tweets first game back, and Gang goes oppo. Hashtag he's back, baby. The real king is back. Jung holy moly. The Gang show. Jung ho ho home run. That one is gone. I can do this all night.
And the difference in the ball game.
The truck lets us know that they had nothing to do with those tweets, especially that last one. Ball 1 on Gang. First time he's looked at a pitch tonight. Three pitches, 3 swings. Ground ball double play, a pop up, and the home run. And now 2-0.
Segrist, a different look. We're so used to seeing the big lefty come in and fire fastballs. He went with the changeup 2-0. Now the fastball. After seeing 3 straight off-speed pitches, that 94 probably looks even harder than that.
Full count. Mike Matheny lost his starter to what they called fatigue in the 4th. Carlos Martinez. And a fly ball hit deep to left field. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. Big Mac land. Jung Ho Kang. The Gang Show. Matt Joyce says it all with that. Wow. A 2-homer night. 4-2 Buccos.
Boy, is he good to see. My goodness gracious.
You forgot how good he was.
He is so good. It's really remarkable. Amazing that he can come back and do this.
Wow.
Wow. It's just not that easy, folks.
Oh, man. Opposite field. And then this one.
Well, we'll see what the pitch is. Looked like a fastball. Wow. And he knew it. No doubter. I'm back.
It's a Big Mac land, upper deck. Two and one. I mean, he's impressing us, of course, you and his teammates. Watch Joyce. Look at Joyce react. Wow.
This is what I've been missing.
I heard about this guy, but
yeah.
To see it in person. Jeez.
It's remarkable.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Estimated distance on that one, 427 feet.
It's not easy to hit home runs. It really isn't. Ask the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
And 2 and 4 at bats.
Jeez. Jay Hay looking for an infield single. Carpenter bare hands. Gets it.
Boy, that's a heck of a play.
Overshadowed by this home run, second of the game. Jung Ho's back.
Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Kenny Ross, Total Confidence Pricing, and by Levin Furniture, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Jung Ho Kang, 2 homers after his first 2 swings tonight, produced a double play and a pop-up. Homered in his 3rd at bat moments ago. Drove that ball into the upper deck some 427 feet. He had a 2-homer game last year against the Giants. Now Tony Watson to pitch this bottom of the 8th. Ball 1 on Stephen Piscotty.
Ball 1 looked like it was down the middle.
Let's see where pitch 1 was. Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, that's pretty close to being down the middle. Closer to down the middle than off the plate.
Yeah. Tony Watson been kind of off and on early on this year. Not what we're used to seeing from him. He did pitch a scoreless 8th inning on Wednesday against the Cubs. A quick appeal.
That's the alarming thing about Tony Watson. The walks. That's been something that Tony Watson usually has such good command of all his pitches. Now I think they're looking around.
What was that? I don't understand what happened. It was a
4.
1-2 count. They appealed, and the first base umpire said he didn't swing.
Right.
So what's he doing at first? That was bizarre. Dana DeMuth was asked on the appeal, did he swing? He said no. The only way he should be at first if it was a strikeout. Wild pitch.
Maybe he's claiming he hit him. That's the only thing I could think of is Piscotty.
I didn't even know that was close to him.
That ball hit him or something. I'm not exactly sure.
Here's the replay. Oh, it did.
Yeah,
It
right
hit him
off
in
the back foot.
So the question was, did he swing? Well, they're going to appeal it. They're going to challenge it, rather. Because apparently after the umpires got together, they were going to say that it didn't hit him. So Mike Matheny is going to challenge it. That explains, by the way, Piscotty's reaction.
Right.
Piscotty just dropped the bat and headed to first base.
Took off.
And the question then was on the appeal, did he swing? Well, had he swung, that would have been a strikeout even if it hit him. But the first base umpire, Dana DeMuth, indicated no swing. But it did hit him. And he'll be on to start this bottom of the 8th once they go through this procedure.
Well, we call it the back foot slider for a reason, and Watson trying to get the chase, ended up getting the toe. So the Cardinals will have the leadoff man on here.
I think this should have taken more than 10 seconds.
You wouldn't think. So strange.
I don't understand this one.
No, I mean it was
clear as day. It hit him in the back foot.
Clear.
Bite your tongue. Don't say anything. Although we do need some background music for these long delays. All that, and it could have taken 5 seconds.
Yep.
So he is on. I mean,
I mean,
it took so long.
That is crazy.
This is the appeal, the check swing. You can't review that. Nope, he didn't swing. Now Matt Holliday, it is a 2-run game, and Holliday to the plate 0 for 3 against the starter Liriano. You know what? Something that's really unusual from Tony Watson, by the way, is that first man reaches. He has faced 14 batters, leadoff hitters, his first batter faced, and 8 of them have reached.
Wow.
8 of the 14 first batters that he's faced have reached.
Yeah, 7 walks, the hit batter now, and just 13 2/3. Tying up Holiday. And Tony Watson, I know he gave up a couple homers early last year, but 3 homers. They typically does not allow the ball to leave the ballpark. Holiday again a little bit late on that fastball up around the letters. Still dangerous despite the fact the average down to 245.
And a base hit. That's runners at first and second.
Boy, and he got that fastball up to 95, but too good of a pitch there against a hitter like Matt Holliday. Able to fight it off. Slap it in the right.
Colton Wong pinch running now for Holliday. Naftali Felice loosens. After Moss, you have right-handed hitters Yadier Molina, Randall Grichuk, Jed Jerko due up. You probably assume that Matt Adams isn't available, but they still have Hazelbaker off the bench. See if Watson can get a ground ball. Not necessarily a ground ball type pitcher. He gets a swing and a miss from Moss.
And Moss not a big ground ball hitter. See his numbers. Impressive. 4 homers and 15 at bats with runners in scoring position. Wow, 14 RBIs and 15 at bats. It's 2 fastballs by Moss. How about so far? A lot of damage off of Watson coming from lefties. 4 for 12 with a homer.
Can't figure that.
Righty's hitting just 171 coming in.
And on 3 pitches, he strikes out Moss.
Quick work there. The first 2 weren't even in the zone. Neither was the third.
Yadier Molina, infield single in the second, has bounced to the mound and flied to right since. Yadi chance. On a strike. 1 for 10 in his career against Watson. This 7-time All-Star. Time is called. A couple of things. These Cardinals are doing real good work with runners in scoring position this season, leading the league at 305 with men in scoring position. However, they strike out a bunch this year. That's something that concerns Mike Matheny. Only the Diamondbacks, Phillies, Brewers, and Padres have struck out more times than have these Cardinals. Now, the guy at the plate rarely strikes out. He's always been one of the toughest to fan in the league. It's 1-2 on Molina.
Look at him chase a pitch well out of the zone there. Changeup. He too with good numbers with runners in scoring position thus far. Boy, that pitch about a foot away.
Bounce toward Gong, drops it, throws to first, gets him. 2 outs.
I tell you what, and no panic in Jung-Ho Kang defensively. Now he's had some tough chances over there. He had a little slow roller that went for an infield single as he bobbled it a bit, and then he had a put out to end the fourth. There's a little bobble, and here another little bobble on an in-between hop. But nice recovery.
Now, John, we've seen him bobble 2 or 3 this game. And we've heard that the speed of the game is different at the big league level.
Oh, no question.
So even that is hard to simulate, right?
Oh, yeah. Up here, it's much quicker. I mean, everything happens faster. Decision making, everything happens a little quicker. But still, I mean, none of those plays were very easy.
Yeah.
I mean, that one was kind of a top spinner. Then he caught it, or at least knocked it down on its way up. Those are always tough. The other one was a rocket, and the other one a little dribbler. He'll be fine over there.
Second and third, 2 outs. Randall Grichuk. One of the 6 Cardinals hits plus a walk. And 0-2 the count. As Watson tries to work his way out of this, he hit Piscotty to start. Holiday singled to right, struck out Moss, and just got Molina to bounce to third. Base hit through the infield likely would tie this game. Whoa.
Second time Cervelli's had to kind of jump to keep a ball from going to the screen behind home plate.
Grichuk leads the Cardinals in strikeouts.
And as always, Tony Watson being aggressive, pounding that fastball, top of the zone, inside corner.
Check that. Piscotty Piscotty leads, then Moss, then Grichuk in terms of strikeouts. Ground ball to the shortstop. And a stretch by Rodriguez gets the final out on a bang play at first. Ho Gong! He is back.
Here we go on Friday. Let's get it done Friday night. Pittsburgh on Friday. It's what we do.
The Common Heart, our featured band tonight on Friday Night Rocks. Pirates leading the Cardinals 4-2. Jung Ho Gong, his return, has homered his last 2 at-bats, his second 2-homer game. His early Pirates career. And Seth Maness, the new pitcher, faces Jordy Mercer, and then we'll have a pinch hitter, Matt Joyce, to bat for Watson.
Sinker baller Maness tries to keep the ball down and get a bunch of ground balls. You kind of expected Jung Ho to do something tonight. I don't know if you expected him to hit 2 homers.
No.
But that's pretty impressive. See the numbers for Maness, off to a rough start. 5.79 ERA and 9 1/3. 390 opponent's batting average.
Mercer with a fly ball to right. Piscotty. Brandon Moss is now in left, moving from first. Jed Jerko moves from second to third. Colton Wong stays in the game after pinch running. He's now at second. And over at first, it's Matt Carpenter. Pinch hitter Matt Joyce. And toward left center field, over is Moss. Two down in the 9th. Sean Rodriguez is first at bat. A nice stretch there at the end to get that out on a bang play. Mercer's throw is toward the home plate side of first base, so Rodriguez had to go way out there to get it, and it's 0-1, and Mark Melanson loosens in the Pirates' pen.
Maness known for throwing that sinker. Sean Rodriguez known for hitting fastballs. So not getting fastballs, but breaking balls. First 2 pitches to fall behind.
One, 2, 3. Mark Melanson will try and save it for Liriano. Matinee baseball tomorrow afternoon. Coverage begins at 1:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason on Root Sports. Jeff Locke, fine outing his last time out. Hopefully we'll be talking about the Pirates looking to win 2 straight over the Cardinals, but 3 big outs to get, leading by just a couple. You don't expect anything else when these two clubs lock horns. Pirates and the Cardinals, always tight baseball.
Yeah, back and forth. Mark Melanson looking for his 8th save in 9 opportunities. Just a couple of walks, 10 punch-outs, 3.18 ERA.
David Freese not going to see any action tonight unless this game goes beyond 9. So his opportunity to play, we'll have to wait until tomorrow whether he starts or as a pinch hitter. We'll probably have to. On the one hand, you assume that Gong would be in there tomorrow afternoon, but again, the Pirates are going to be really careful with him, and it's a day game after a night game, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Tell you what, the impact of his bat, it's going to, I mean, they want to be cautious. It'll be hard not to put him in the lineup.
Yeah.
If he continues to swing it, which it's always done.
And I think they'll rely on him a lot, too.
Sure.
In this case, how you feeling? After tonight, a couple of homers, I feel pretty good, I would think.
Yeah.
His answer.
Well, you bet he wants to be back in there.
Jerko, Diaz. And then the pitcher spot here in the 9th. Couple strikes. Did he go? He did, says the home plate umpire, Mike Estabrook, on the breaking ball. 1 out.
Hitters are always frustrated when you have a guy down the line that could check it for you. They'd much rather the home plate umpire get the different view, in their opinion, the better view from down the line, than to have an umpire make the call. That curveball bouncing way out in front of home plate.
Ledmy's Diaz, 2 hits in this ball game. Scored the 2nd run in the 7th inning. Don't see that too often.
No, a rare whiff from Francisco Cervelli, and a rare strike call when the catcher doesn't catch it. He just like closed his glove too soon, and the pitch was in off the plate.
Melanson tries to save this one for Liriano and a 4-game losing streak. And make it 4-0 on the young season against these Cardinals. Jeremy Hazelbaker waits on deck.
Situations, 2-run leads, is to give out a free pass. Bring the tying run to the plate.
toward left center field. Diaz with his third hit.
And that's the cutter again, and it's running away from Diaz. And you know, the young kid, it just doesn't matter who's out there throwing, what they're throwing. One of the best cutters in all of baseball, if not the best cutter from a right-handed pitcher currently in Major League Baseball. And he just goes out there and smokes another one.
Impressive rookie. Aledmys Diaz, 3 for 4. Now Jeremy Hazelbaker.
It's up to 398.
By the way, another impressive rookie here. Hazelbaker, 309 and 364 pinch hitter. 4 out of 11.
2 homers.
Melanson looks toward third, then throws to first. Out is the initial call.
Yeah, that runner at third doesn't mean a thing. And obviously Jung-Ho Kang is vacating in case he has to make a play. So nobody there. Mark Melanson. That little hesitation made it very, very close. But in time.
Just got him for the second out. Sean Rodriguez, another fine stretch. So Hazelbaker retired. And now Matt Carpenter with 2 outs and a runner at third. Strike one. Oh, and 1 on Matt Carpenter. Melanson looks for his 8th save. Would give Liriano his 3rd win. And it's 2 strikes. Really quickly checks with Mike Esterbrook. Make sure he's all right.
All smiles. A-OK. Big cut from Carpenter. Thinking of tying it up. Foul ball goes off the shoulder pad. Hey, I'm protected. Just like you.
He is there and raised the Jolly Roger in St. Louis. Jung-Ho Kang's return. He helps end the Pirates' 4-game losing streak with a 2-homer night. And Melanson picks up save number 8.
It's a big game. The Pirates, they need